No one deserves to be forgotten. No one deserves to fade away. No one should come and go and have no one know he was ever even here. No one deserves to disappear. To disappear. Disappear. To disappear. Disappear.
Dear Evan Hansen has been showing at the Fox these couple of weeks. Anybody here seen Dear Evan Hansen here in St. Louis or somewhere? It's a story of an awkward kid in high school suffering from not a small amount of anxiety, who feels invisible. He feels nobody sees him. Of himself, he sings, on the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through the window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear. So I wait around for an answer to appear. While I'm watching people pass, I'm waving through a window. Oh, can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? Heartbreaking. Yet most all of us, it seems, have been there at one time or another. I was watching the show. I remembered a young woman in our community this past year who asked me for feedback, if I would be willing to give it to her, on what she should be working on right now, because she didn't feel like she had any real friends. I told her what I noticed is that she kept inserting herself in conversations in awkward ways. She seemed to want to one-up her peers when they were telling her about their lives. I told her that. Then I asked her if she had any sense of why she was doing that. And her response was, my biggest fear in life is that I am invisible. People won't notice me. They won't see me. I just fade away. I don't trust that I matter. I see it in our students, too, who are the best and the brightest, and who feel that same invisibility. Incredibly talented, incredibly brilliant, yet for many of them find themselves tapping on the window, watching the world pass by, waving, desperately hoping someone will wave back. Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and nobody would hear? If not you, chances are you know somebody who does. And I thought about Evan Hansen when I read this gospel of Zacchaeus, the tax collector. Despicable, small, little man, invisible to all in the village, People looked away when he passed. You could say, as the text says, that he climbed that sycamore tree to see Jesus. But on a deeper level, you could say that he climbed that sycamore tree so that Jesus could see him. He crawls up not to see, but to be seen. That's the real symbol of his smallness. He is a real nobody who wants to make himself somebody by making a lot of money and not honestly, desperately wanting to be seen by Jesus. He is waving in the window at Jesus, and this time it works. He is seen by Jesus. That is what we all want. It's what the soul wants. For God to see you all the way through and love what he sees. It is what everybody desires. That there is one person who knows me as I am and loves me all the way through. Jesus recognizes him by naming this small little man and honors him as he is, even though he's a cheat. This great receptivity, Jesus really seeing him, is what in fact converts him. Did you catch that line in the first reading from the Book of Wisdom? It's one of my favorites. You overlook my mistakes, and thus I come to love you. You overlook my mistakes, and thus I come to love you. You see me all the way through. Somebody finally sees me. That's what's happening here. Zacchaeus knows he has been seen. Somebody waved back at him. And in his immense excitement, he emerges a different man. The good news is, if we reach out our hands, if you reach out your hand, you will be found. You will be found. Maybe not this time, or the next, or the next. But then,
no one deserves to be forgotten. No one deserves to fade away. No one should come and go and have no one know he was ever even here. No one deserves to disappear, to disappear. Disappear, to disappear, disappear.